so much for joining us on our 128th edition of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. My name is Nick Bachewski.
My name's Marty Pino.
So we got a new co-host this week, so I'm very excited about this. Andrew he's got really busy with work, which is amazing, and his new kid, and he just recently got married, so we're so happy for him, which is great. And before we get to our very special guest, well, this is Lunch Out Loud Ottawa, the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make this city the incredible city that it is. Before we get to our very special guest, Mr. Tuan Nguyen, why don't we check this out?
Man breathing down your neck, then I'm with you. If a cold beer tastes better on a tailgate, if you still think Hank is cool, if you live more Walmart than Wall Street, if you love to hear a Harley roar, then stand up and scream. You're my kind of crowd. If you ain't gonna leave till they throw you out, you crank it up till the sun goes down. You're my kind of crowd.
All right, thank you so much, Rory. So, Rory, Gardiner.com. You can get his new album, Roots, on iTunes. He's playing at the Oktoberfest in Barhaven on October 1st. So, lots of Oktoberfests going on in this city. You got the Van Cleek Hill one. You got the one over at Mill Street. You have Oktoberfest in Barhaven, and I think some things in Canada as well. So it's getting very
plenty of places to drink lots of beer.
You can't go wrong with it.
That's it.
As long as it's a craft local beer. So that tune was My Kind of Crowd. That's his current radio single. It's not on the new album Roots, but the next couple of songs that we're going to play a little later will be. Of course, Jen from Foodie Prince will be on at halftime. She's going to talk about the upcoming food truck rally, the one-year anniversary of Bicycle Craft Brewery, a taste of the Italian Harvest Food and Wine Show, and a new Knives Out Ottawa dinner. So those are a lot of fun.
Great time to be in Ottawa.
Great time. So, Marty, just quickly about yourself. I know you're a good friend of Andrew's, so I thought, why not? That's an awesome co-host to bring in because he's a great guy. So
absolutely. So I think we made this decision next to a cocktail bar at Andrew Miller's wedding last weekend. And know I've got some big shoes to fill. Andrew's been doing this for a while, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. Currently looking to get my real estate license as well, so I figured who better to team up with than a mortgage broker.
But we don't talk about that on the show a lot, though, which is good. So we're here with Tuan Nguyen. I've known you for a few years now, because when I started this show, everybody's like, you need to meet Tuan. You need to meet Tuan. Max Keeping said, you shouldn't even interview me. I'm not the real superstar of this city. It's Tuan. So basically, I naturally had to meet you, and it was great. And now learning about everything you've been doing for the past couple of years is just very exciting. And it speaks to a lot of what I want to become, leading an altruistic lifestyle. So I think it's the best. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So like what we do with every guest to start off, we like to get to know kind of what are some of your favorite restaurants or hotspots in this city. I know a lot has changed with Quid now. So maybe a little before children and after children, kind of favorite spots.
Well, I mean, before and after, I still have a few favorite spots. I'm a big fan of Canvas over in Hintonburg, Westboro.
Canvas
Resto Bar.
Great spot.
Charles Beauregard.
Yeah.
I mean, down the street, Allium is a pretty amazing spot. Monday Tapas is out of this world. Believe it or not, for shawarma, this place along the same strip again is called Les Grillades. So a must-go for everyone in Ottawa, Les Grillades. And of course, hands down, the best Japanese food in town is Kiko's Sushi Bar. Fully authentic stuff, and seeing people from like the embassy and the Japanese society go to this restaurant is pretty cool to see. And I mean, those are among many. I love restaurants, so food is an easy thing we could talk about for an hour easily.
If you go to Kiko, what's a go-to that somebody should try if they're going there for the first time?
Kiko, start with your tuna tataki or beef tataki, and if you want the Bentley of Kiko, you have to order the kraken roll, which is this squid, calamari really, stuffed with an unagi roll, and it's grilled and sliced beautifully. So. Wow. A must-have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be checking that out for sure.
All right, yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
So, you're the founder of Casco Charity, right?
Yes, that's
you
correct.
found it. Well, how long ago did you found?
That was 16 years ago.
16 years ago, because I remember going to the University of Ottawa, and when I switched from engineering to business, and everybody said, you got to do Casco, you got to do Casco. So, and then all the cool kids were doing Casco at the time, so... And now meeting the founder of it. What led you to start Casco, I guess?
Casco was kind of like, it came when I was 15 years old, actually.
Wow. I
had that idea where I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to do a dance-inspired Broadway-style fashion show? And as I got into, I was in engineering too, did chem management and business, and I went to business. I realized I really love business, and I love business dinners and all that. So I thought, how could we combine the two, right? And then throughout university, I also noticed that we were taught to make money. We're taught to, figure out how to create value for customers and things like that. But the funny thing is, the same concept can be done for the community. And I remember speaking to Max Keeping and Dave Reddy, who are my two idols who helped jumpstart my life in philanthropy. I said to them, I think business students should learn at the early onset how to use those business skills right away and help the community, but in a really cool, creative, sexy way. And so that's how we got Casco going. It's a business dinner with a dance-inspired Broadway-style fashion show, and it's high energy, high impact. But behind the scenes is a group of brilliant business students who apply a lot of what they learned in school to maximize returns, to create value, to market, to manage team, staff, HR, motivation. Like, it's all inside this organization. So it's been a lot of fun to see it grow.
Do you remember your first one, how it was? And before the last?
So
how has it evolved from your first one?
I'll tell you how it evolved. It wasn't the cool kids thing. The cool kids was the Entrepreneurs Club and Marketing Club, but the Casco was not cool. It was actually a bunch of really unknown, actually, students who said, let's do this for the community, let's get together. And it was on 2 tennis courts. We did it at the Auto Athletic Club.
Okay.
And we had it on 2 tennis courts. We had a little mini stage. And because we couldn't afford catering, we offered to bring students to do all the chopping, all the cooking. The chef just has to direct, so we saved a lot of money on that part.
Wow.
Yeah, and we brought in like popcorn machines as well. It was really casual. People wearing golf shirts. And where is it today? It's pretty high end. It's got people in suits. Originally, I didn't want people in suits. I wanted people to just come relaxed, because I thought if you're not in your suit, you're kind of more who you are. I find people have to put on a little thing. Yeah, you're wearing your thong right now, and so am I. Talk about you, Marty.
Yeah, well, they've always said I've got a perfect face for radio, so.
So, it's grown to be a huge event. It's grossed over $1 million. We have a chapter in McGill also. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And we were going to open up a chapter in Queens and Ryerson University as well. So it's kind of organically, possibly growing across the country.
So how do you get involved with this on a yearly basis now? Are you involved with every meeting or once a year? Or?
Yeah, so every Sunday is their meetings. So
okay.
I attend the meetings, and I also bring special guests.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we brought the president of CHIO, Lawrence Greenspan, Max Keeping, some big shot executives from companies. Wow. And it's really to inspire them and keep them inspired to do what they do, which is applying business skills to something they love to do and helping the community while doing it.
So basically, you do more teaching on the Sunday for them than they get throughout the week.
Yeah, exactly.
But
a little, practical training for them.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, since year 10, 11, it's been a lot less work for me, if I could say that. The mentorship that they require from me is minimal. The best practices and training and just mentorship from the previous years, and we have such a massive alumni group now that my involvement used to be required, but now it's just because I enjoy it. And they probably sometimes don't even need me there. They often say, we got this covered.
Wow.
And, yeah, they often say now, Tuan, you don't have to worry about us anymore. You could just take care of your family. Yeah, so I remember that moment.
It's
That's
amazing to
excellent.
see your see that kind of baby. And what are you presently doing now for like in your business life?
So I run a few consulting practices or different businesses, we'll say that. One consults with dental and medical practices. So they call me a practice management consultant. We're now sitting here in the office of Gumdocs.
That's
Gumdocs,
right.
which I have to admit is basically my only clock in the city, because you always see the clock on
Exactly.
the 417.
Yep.
And my clock's always wrong. And cars, they always get wrong, and then you can't look at your phone anymore. So you just have to wait till you're passing Gumdocs.
That's right.
To get the,
That's right. What time is it?
So it's good it's been here. So
Yeah, everyone knows them for their clock.
Yeah.
And they're awesome periodontal work too, and it's really cool. So I help practice as a practice manager consultant to help people grow their practice, better service their patients, improve staff, morale, quality, experience, expertise, all that kind of stuff. Even down to the financial side is helping them structure their company in a way where it's more profitable, so that way they can reinvest into their people.
now, just quickly for an example for somebody that's listening about dentistry, I had the same dentist for 20 years of my life. So I wouldn't know what kind of business practices could be better. So how have you improved at the dentistry? What are some core values or
So because
core competencies?
two things have hit the dental community, which is the economy has impacted what insurance is covering, and in the past 20 years it's always been $500, $1,000 or what it may be, but the cost of materials for dentists have risen. So that's one. So just the practice itself, the costs have risen dramatically to run a practice. So people think that dentists can just print money back in the day, but it's not the case anymore. It requires a lot of value delivering and teaching the patients where all this value is coming from, because there's a bit of a disconnect there.
That's right.
Right, and the other thing is, I'm sure you see there's a different practice opening up at every corner now these days. There's no regulation in terms of who can open what and where.
Exactly.
And so the amount of competition is rising, and patients are now having to choose where they should go and where it's best for them. And so I find the practices that are investing in patient education, investing in bettering their staff from skills, from service, these are the clinics that will deliver ultimate value for the family. Those who take the time and say, what are the kids experiencing right now that they don't want to go to the dentist? Even as an adult, why haven't I been to the dentist in the last 10, 15 years?
Right.
To really understand that. Now it's much deeper. You got to go that deep into patient psychology and families and connect with them, so we understand what's the best way to serve them. So those are two things that's been impacting competition in a way, and the fact that cost and everything's rising, and it's not as easy anymore.
And very quickly before we move off, has the technology improved? So can you choose a better dentist based on their technology? How would you ask them? What's a question that you would ask?
I would say I'm not 100%
dentist?
sure how to answer that question, because on the quality dentistry, I can't say I can answer that, but I can see that across different practices I have seen how one practice invests more into providing options and improving the quality of the care. So does that come with a price? Sometimes yes.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So that's where you need to connect with your patient and let them understand that discrepancy between an office without this type of technology and without it. Maybe the result may be the same, but sometimes time is an issue. I just don't have time. How do I get the result faster?
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you I've been, I'm not going to tell you how long it's been since I've been to my dentist, but after walking into Gumdocs, what a great office it is here.
That
It's
is
very inviting. First thing Nick and I commented on was these big, beautiful leather seats, and maybe I'll be back tomorrow.
Maybe it sets you up with a comfortable experience. But
That's right.
Yeah, that's very interesting for sure. So I guess, when did you discover your love of improving other people's lives and the power of charity? Where did you make that kind of turn?
I've always
What
been
brought you to
interested in health and in helping people get better. And my story is very simple. I came to Canada 4 years ago. I was very ill. I flatlined twice. I've been shocked back to life twice.
4 years?
40 years ago.
40 years ago, okay.
Yeah.
So I've been shot back to life twice. So the medical world, as well as in my culture, the alternative medical world also